Please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Going, to use. When 3 months ago or 2 months, no, 4 months ago even, when Osei was shot, a man in police uniform, serving his country. When Osei was shot, we condemned it. I took 1 week on my radio program and I mourned Osei. Because it was not because he's Osei like I'm Osei, he's my namesake. No, because he is somebody's son and somebody's brother and somebody's church member, and he's part of the police service. He's part of the, he's somebody's husband or boyfriend. Broad daylight, Osei was shot. We thought the whole thing was staged and planned and acted. Like I have told you, our biggest error and problem is hypocrisy. Osei in uniform, works in a Bullion van, in a bank, transporting cash. Not knowing that the people that staged the robbery are fellow uniform holders, police officers. I now understand why the administration will not give sidearms to officers. I think I feel the amount jai ahan kanino police ni a person would dip bonia or fat a two no idea man no. Now what the amount ahan was a check. Beju sika se fa kobo krono. Winya a year no ababa betia. Dia kanya mi adwenchira. If what I'm saying is not true, the gun that shot Marcus, the assemblyman of Sogakope, the gun came from the Sogakope police station. Your bomb Marcus to a ya woo ye, a two no, your baba to, your baba fell to no sapping man, me am sapping man. Ye the two on the man, Jip Nefakoboko. Oba, Woka, Senatia, Nabitia. This was how it worked. So police officers can sit down and stage. Wow! Wow! Ghana, you are in a big mess. And it's only the grace of God and the word of the Lord that straightens you up. You are in a big mess. You do not even want to acknowledge that you are in a financial crisis. You are failing to acknowledge that you are in a systemic failure. You are failing to acknowledge that you have weak leaders. You are failing to acknowledge that you do not fear God. You have no godliness. You are failing to get all these things right. Ghana, you are failing to acknowledge. Omaya will be 65. We are nipan kalko pension. Adwin fi kwasi ade ene nipa e wonwa kukoduro. Obi ba o police uniform, 1 year only in the service, was shot in cold blood in his head. Your boss said to when you see him. So you want to tell me that the police officers shot the police officer? Oh, so you want to say that the police officers killed their own colleague because of what he knows, because of what he has seen, because of the information he has, because he's refusing to condone evil and corrupt practices, because he's failing to be part of their evil agenda. Osei was shot in cold blood. Osei was shot to death, and we thought it was armed robbers. So the administration started investigated until they found out that it was not armed robbers that murdered Osei. Actually, it was his fellow service people. As a matter of fact, most of the people involved in that murder are Osei's own mates. in the police depot. Wow. Osei's own mates killed him. The Bible said they shall be wicked in the last days. Daniel chapter number 11 and verse number 32. There will be wickedness. I mean, when Osei in that was saying, Pablo, then I am sir. And then I am sir. As I says, well, who made the assassin coup? Osei, well, who say, me Pablo, assassin coup. Yesterday, when the service, stage a swoop, or swap, because I'm a koboskata. Can you imagine that? The gang had the courage to shoot back at the police. You know why? Because they have the weapons. People who stood in the office of trust have the courage to use the weapons to protect, defend the constitution and the integrity and the veracity of the sovereign nation Ghana and its people internally or interiorly. What would you do or no? I want to commend Dr. Dampari and your team. At least you are proving to us that you want to wipe that bad, evil image we have about the police service. You want to wipe it off. At least you want to make it. Then be a focus a principle who information van call because what they call home we didn't believe that one. Or Sankun of way in uniform. And then I was saying him, one person we want to know. And then I was saying him what they call. What is it that Osei knows that you want to conceal? And so the people that went to the courts today, one of them had the guts and the courage and money, audacity to hire a lawyer to go and defend his madness. You murdered somebody's son. You have the guts to bring a lawyer to court to defend your madness. Interesting. I use this opportunity and I want to speak something to you. Number one, the way people are recruited and enlisted in the Ghana police service, number one, is an error. Why don't we allow people to earn whatever they want? Let them earn it. Let's stop this protocol business. Let's stop putting party foot soldiers in the services. Ghana Immigration Service, Police Service, Armed Forces, Ghana Navy, all those, the forces. Customs. Will be called customs, immigration. 6 months. We'll see about those things. We'll see about those things. Back on what you saw them. The Lord has been good to me. If I got a sick, I'll go to your foot to my. Because just like God will judge Vladimir Putin, God will judge our leaders, and God will judge you and I. Amen. They said Damanim. A Damanim. People who have no belief. Sometimes I sit down and I'm amazed. And look at the appointment of ambassadorial position. But this will be ambassador. That person must be a diplomat. Hey, and then you just anybody. Just a way you as soon as you have been down for here, then you didn't talk. As me, we assign here, then the corner and not go to baby. How? Because will be ambassador. I won't tell you. This is what the Bible was talking about in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse number 20, as the saying did it. We are ambassadors of Jesus Christ. Because we'll be ambassador, we'll be in Musinia one day as your own. Many pa won't need ambassadorial you will over Conan and Enguacunyum, na Melgun so because of my Tiane Danka, Tiane Wanka, or the traffic offenses, Granwa, or cause will Cronwa, what is because you're super thin where the Tian, and one year they come from farm so and you didn't know. Says to buy no. Now the call. It's a month. Traffic lights so red no chum. You see, no at the tiano. I didn't say be the one farmers, not traffic bills, so not piling up to the point that yeah, I mean, yeah, on the test report, you know, yeah, one can kind. Sometimes I am so even amazed that they can have the courage to publish it. So now you know the next one near the budget akojina parliament near pesca and the aqua fund the madness fa ADH ubitimi nyunu Ghana. I sat down and read through the auditor's report. Now me kaya bienu na you have worked it me. I would have worked it from 2016 till now, or may have lost over 17 billion Ghana cedis. I actually have pay e-levy of 6 billion. 17 and Yunagu. You have no quality in my. You pay way. Taxes are not good. Everybody knows that nations are built with taxes. Me, I will pay taxes anyway, any day, anywhere, anytime. We are talking about frugality. We are talking about prudence. We are talking about wisdom. We are talking about, make sure a man paying for it in this foreigner, and they believe that their nations will succeed. And they sacrifice to make it work. A party for soldiers. It was our way. Sometimes I may call the poor and I'm share. If I'm that when you win, man, then almost services. I thought that immigration, in prisons, customs, police. You were talking about heights, you were talking about skin, whatever. You were talking about no tattoos, you were talking about all these. What if any panwa, or you're tall, or you're wise, or you're intelligent academically, or need stretch mark, or need tattoos, but or you're what about that? Why you crumb for? Now you see they are getting a shootout with the police. We breeded the theater for. We breeded the theater for. And I want to sit here and tell you, President Mills's time, we had what we call the constitutional review. The report is like that. I have one in my library at home. One of the reviews things that they've written in that report is to review the immunity on our presidents. That after 7, 4 years, 8 years, they must account to this nation. Why have we thrown that report away? They're too actually. Listen, let me tell you. There is a generation the Bible have already talked about in Proverbs chapter 30. They are coming with a different heart. Most of our leaders today will be on pension when that generation arrives. That generation will bring them back from pension to prison. Anybody cannot tell me that it is prudent of opening the toll gates or the toll booths. It's not. It can never be. 3 months, what you are sorry there. And Omayi is losing money. This is what the pulpit should be doing. Yeah. Whoever made that decision have made an error before God and before the people of Ghana. I told you the mind of God. It can never be. Oh my Apache said, we young said you wash our and the time has come, ladies and gentlemen, that we speak truth to each other. Because the truth will make you free. I'm telling you. Your bumper, your radio, we are mobile, we not for too much. I'm talking to Ghanaians. You're not for too much. You want to tell me that the police officers killed their fellow policeman? Wow. Hey, anyway, the statement is that so was saying in baby, yeah, Bruce, for him per se you, Mamukobo say too. And you need pass a casa. They can go after that person. No wonder that if anybody makes any suggestive statement that is oxymoronic or contradictory to what government believes, they go after that person. Oh, very interesting. I never thought that Mr. Government can do that. Ne breyen ninka sunti. Ne careful to send me in Sapayajaro. Number one, the people that you see going up will be the same people you see when you are coming down. That is number one. Number two, power has an expiration date. I'm talking to the wise. Power, it has an expiration date. And then number three, remember the ideals of our father or our fathers. And I look at leaders like Kenneth Kaunda, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Nyerere, Patrice Lumumba. When you look at people like Ofe Boigny, Savajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, when you look at people like, Haile Selassie, and even people like, what's his name, Thomas Sankara, selflessness you see in them. But we have brute, greedy people looting a miserable country like mine. Anytime I hold the flag, I cry. You know what? Because the child that is born today has no hope. I told you that, my God. Look at mismanagement. It is so sad. Now, business people that are competing on world stage, they need to change almost 8 cities into $1. Wow. Some people that are owing us. I told the guy to chase the money. And then they told the guy, it's not like we will not pay. We have always paid. But the system is too rough. We're struggling to pay. Let's tell ourselves, when people are hungry, they become desperate. And I want to use opportunity to tell Ghana, if you don't repent, despite all the things that the Lord has given you, you will still not prosper. Say, I mean, when we call people criminals, we're talking about people who have stolen goats and sheep and mobile phones, and we throw them into jail. The real thieves are in suits, pocket pieces, nice cufflinks, classic shoes and silk socks and ties. The real thieves. And we gladly call them honorables. Gladly we call them honorables. Now, your madness is coming from the top to people. The people are seeing. These boys are in uniform. The way they even went into the service is not the right way. Obi to be school no esua dia anu atwa. Yem fa nto achimota school da. One white Wesley girls say this one white for yes opua. The tibon kosofo no. Get the paper. A show mansa. Someone yana mungo school. Uduro headmistress open edwuma kawanutum na je Agena near the Natinum. I got so for ye, Jumani. Young for draw, ya taken by heart. No bien an idea. Ya femua ba, ya yadrin sachra. Na ye timinia uradia nantu ya misurumu. Nemfa so dia na ye shira dia mu obia. But I'm telling the police service, the blood of Osei is on your hands. Osei's blood is on your gun. The gun that shot Osei came from the police service. It were not pirated guns. You did a two where the ball Osei, bonnet to be back. We did this year. Did you understand what born and home of the answer in bay? It in your could service. Thank you, I'm so many. A boss say too. It depends on a boss say too. Are officers in uniform. Hey! And I was shocked when I saw the police issuing statements. And when I saw in that particular statement that robberies that went on at the Sprinters Road, robberies that went on, at the first one on Kingsway, February 2001, Bachona Sprinters Road, March 2001, Jamestown in June 2021, robbery that happened at attempted robbery that happened at North Carnation Industrial Area, February 2022. This gang were the gang that did the robbery. People in uniform are also armed robbers. Unbelievable. I thought that we stood in an office of trust. Zenia Sophie, Media Sophie, Jimia. Me go over the animal, me go me who animal, me go me bush animal, atadi anu shemeno, me go animal.